YouTubers and homeschoolers. Today I want to give you a tour of our homeschooling space. Because it's my youngest daughter that we homeschool, it's located in her room. So we gave her the master bedroom. One half of the master bedroom is her personal school bedroom. So everything that's on the shelves that you see to the right is all just for fun stuff for her, just her bedroom things. And then as you go into the room and turn, the other half of is our homeschooling space. My husband and I have 8 children. He homeschooled one of his sons, and I'm currently homeschooling my youngest daughter. So he has 4 kids and I have 4 kids. So here's an overview. This wall is dedicated to language arts. So at the very top, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have a focus of word work, reading, and writing. And then all of this is language arts on this side. And then we utilize every square inch of the places that we can. The 2 boxes of books at the front of the blackboard are for a future video haul of books that we got at the Goodwill store for a very good discount. Everything that you see on the right side shelf, the black shelf, is all language arts, and that includes 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, and then she's currently in 4th, 5th, and going into 6th grade work. And everything on the shelf on the left in the far corner is like a little writing workshop, and there's art supplies at the bottom. And there's my teacher desk at the front, or in the middle, and then the student desk is in the background. These are 2 shelves that were like $15 from Walmart. I got them at the beginning of the school year, but after the regular public schools start their classes. And I have her just for fun reading. This would be fiction, and really the top shelf is her age level and developmental level at this time, and everything on the bottom too. She's outgrown, of course. And then every little girl needs her weaving looms and crazy looms and beads. So all the fun stuff for her and her friends to do are here. Her books that she'll be choosing from for her choice reading. Some movies, that's just a few. And her globe on top. And then the top shelf goes back to my teacher desk, which then allows me to put my scheduling, my lesson plan binder on top. This is the student's desk. She has everything that she needs close by. And we just added this wire shelving unit a few months ago, and it's been working out great. Rather than to have it on top of all of her supplies on top of one of the other shelves, it's right next to her, and it's been working great. That way she doesn't have to take up any of her space on her desk. She loves having the calendar right above her work area, and this is her private bulletin board. So we have her schedule. We have a weekly multiplication fact card there that's what she'll be concentrating on this week. We use Saxon Math, so that's a daily lesson checklist. And I found a little daily 3 checklist online. And as cute as it is, and as well as we like to check off things, we never use these. We do use the little scoreboard when we play games. So she has a little basket, and I have a basket, and that's laminated, and I usually use a dry erase marker to put our names on top, and then we'll use tally marks for adding up the score below. And then this is our schedule I just started a few days ago. We were going without a schedule for the last year or two, and I had to go back to using a schedule. And these are tentative times. We were letting her sleep way too late and letting her go way too late to bed, which was throwing our whole schedule off. So now that we have it in writing, that's helping. This is our language arts wall. I try to keep everything related to language arts, reading, writing, grammar, handwriting, phonics, spelling on this wall. Everything that's on the shelf there is all language arts. Those are on the top shelf are binders I'm currently working on. We were gifted the blackboard a long time ago. It was my husband's, and he homeschooled one child, and then he was able to pass that along to me. In the far corner is a shelf where I've put a lot of her art supplies. And then this basket has been, with the shelves, the basket shelves, has been doing wonders to keeping all of her supplies that she needs handy every day. She has allergies, so a box of tissues always needs to be nearby. But everything's at her fingertips right here. We have all the writing paper necessary right at the fingertips. This is our language arts bulletin boards. And those are homemade whiteboards. I just stuck some cardstock, white cardstock, and sheet protectors, and then stapled them to the bulletin board. And the same thing for the reading. These are our weekly and daily folders. I have one folder for each day of the week. And instead of using a workbox system, anything that she can pretty much do independent work on her own goes in here. And that way she can work on those items on her own and doesn't need to have me present to do that. That frees me up to do chores or take care of other business. So all that is independent work. She can get started on those if I'm busy doing something else or have an errand to run. So that's all work that she can do on her own. This is a writing folder that I hope to do another video on. That seems to work out great. This is the teacher's desk, and it used to face out the window before I had all the extra shelving units, but I pulled it out into the middle of the room, and it makes like a little L or U shape there, and that's so we can sit side by side and my back is not necessarily facing her like it was before when I was facing out the window. So this is my teacher desk, and anything that we're working on currently I put here. I do have a large yearly calendar to keep up with our family's appointments and anything that needs special attention. And then I just did make my lesson plan book this year, the last few months or so. This is the first year I've used a formal lesson plan book. I have been tracking her assignments and everything that we do by day, but I would like to do another video on the lesson plan book. And then right beside I have just enough room to put a folder so that she can put her completed work there for me to grade. Now this is a shelf from Walmart that was only $15 that is back to back to my teacher's desk. And this is a used desk, and I do need to replace the top on it. But as long as I have my calendar, the desktop calendar, everything seems to work out fine. And then this is the back to the second little half shelving unit. This lamp I got at the DAV store, which is Disabled American Veterans. We used to have one close by, and it was less than $5. And I just took it, spray painted it, and bought a new shade for it. And it comes with this little round circular table on it, and it's on a pedestal. And it's perfect for all of my personal supplies. So these are all my teacher supplies. And of course, no teacher supplies are complete without some lotion and something to drink. I have stickers in the bins and stampers, other teacher supplies. We have the dictionary and a calculator handy. Of course, the pencil sharpener and all the little gadgets that we need. So this is a different angle of the teacher supply shelf next to my teacher desk. And at the bottom is where I house our standards for our state. We live in Virginia, so that would be the SOLs. And then all the binders for the holidays and the seasons. So on the floor next to my teacher's desk and right beside my chair, I have a cardboard box. It's a printer paper box that I covered in contact paper, and then I covered the lid in decorative duct tape. And that's where I house everything that I'm currently working on, that I need to laminate, I need to file, new books that I got in, that I ordered that I need to flip through and take a look at, things I need to cut out, things I need to put into binders. And I'm also working on these 3 binders for my grandson and my son and daughter-in-law. So the reading binder will be their teacher resource. It's going to house everything related to teaching preschoolers and kindergartners how to read. And then the alphabet book and the number book are the actual printouts and activities that my grandson will be working on. Behind the teacher's desk is the social studies and science. We have the middle shelf is all social studies and history, geography. The bottom shelf is all science. The top shelf is mostly social studies on the top of the ledge, but in these little colorful plastic crates, we have a 4 plastic containers that house individual games, that's current topics that we're working on. The middle has her biblical information, and the far right, the pink, houses her current curriculum that she's working on. So this would be the same as if she had a locker at school. That's what she would find in her locker. So everything that she's currently working on is right here in this bin. I laminated some chevron wrapping paper with some clear contact paper, and then I hung up the other items on top of that, and it helps to keep everything sticking up on the wall without having to put too many holes in the wall. And then we have our resource material down below, and in this basket is everything she needs every day for math. At the top of our social studies wall are 4 clocks that represents the different time zones. I got this idea off of Pinterest and just loved it. I did try to get all of the clocks to tick at the same time, and that didn't work out so well. You don't want to have 4 clocks that are ticking all at the same time with a kid trying to sleep in the same room. Plus, I could never get them all to line up on the same second, so they just sit at this time all the time. If you notice on our wall, we have these little clear pouches. Those are handmade with some leftover laminating sheets, or laminating sheets that was left over when I had the posters done at the teacher supply store. And I want to do a separate video on how I made those. But those are working out great, so things that I need ready every day, but I need up and out of the way, but easy access to, are put into these little clear pouches. So they're easily visible and yet handy. This is a math bin that I got. It didn't start out to be a math bin. It was just going to be for supplies, but it just turned out that our math resources all fit well in this. And it's right here handy next to her desk. Next to our social studies and our science materials is a whole shelving unit dedicated to nothing but math. We've got a little bit of science and social studies on the top shelf, the very top. But other than that, everything is math. Math that she's going into, math that we're currently working on, and then we get down into the games and manipulatives, and an entire bin dedicated to nothing but multiplication and division. And I love this storage unit, the black storage unit, that is typically to hold file folders on like a desktop or paper, but it really works wonders for the small little fraction tiles and other games that we play on a pretty regular basis. So I need to see those to remember that I have those, or else I forget to pull them out. And these are the books that we're currently working in: Saxon Math, Spectrum, and some workbooks that I got at Sam's Club. And in the back is some files that we will be going into or we worked with last year and may need to repeat. This is the blackboard on the other side of the science bulletin board, and because it's on a stand, it can be moved around. So during the day we pull it out like this and we have an extra blackboard. If I'm working on science, then I can just turn it around. When we're not doing schoolwork, we can take this secondary blackboard and bump it up against the wall in front of the main one and get it out of the way. So that saves a lot of room. And then she can still have her sleepovers on this side of the room. And the kids all love to write on the chalkboard. I usually find some kind of love letters on there, which is really cute. This is a picture of the other side of our homeschooling space. This is the actual bedroom section, or half. And that's so you can see that her entire room is not all homeschooling supplies. This is an actual bedroom on this side. She has sleepovers here, and the kids all love the blackboard and all the teacher supplies.